Hi everyone, let's talk about Kitchen Rush. So if you saw my top 10 of last year, this was number 3, I think. I absolutely love this game. So it's things to kind of put you off it to start with. It's a real-time game. It's a fast-paced, high-stress real-time game, which most of them tend to be. I did a video for A Tale of Pirates last year where it's a similar concept, worker placement with sand timers, but it does it very differently, and it's a very different feeling game. You can watch the playthrough and the first impressions of that, but that is a much more laid back real-time game where there's still pressure on you, but you aren't really feeling the intense desperation that you are in a lot of real-time games like this or Project Elite or something like that. I do much prefer the high stress ones where it is, like in Project Elite, you have these timed rounds. There's 4 minutes per round in this, and there's going to be 4 rounds. And for those 4 minutes, it is just, chaos. There is all friendly, but there is a lot of shouting of, can you what is in the spice bag? Do you remember what orders are you going to take? Can you get the maitre d' out? My workers are all locked up. Can you do this? Can you do this? Someone needs to go shopping. It's just really fun. There's a lot to be keeping track of, and it definitely helps if you can kind of split the roles up a little bit. Like we found that the spice bag, especially, if one person kind of keeps control of that and can, not necessarily that they're going to have perfect knowledge of what's inside it, but if they can kind of keep a little bit of a memory, so when someone's taking an order, they can, is there any black in there? Yes, there's black spice in there. Okay, I'm going to take that, and then we don't have to waste time shopping. It definitely helps if you can kind of split the roles up a little bit, not strictly like that, like this is going to be your only job, because everybody needs to, do a little bit of everything to succeed in it. You need to be concentrating on your own dishes, and if the person that is usually going to be doing the shopping just can't do it right now because they desperately need to get something cooked 3 times and there's 30 seconds left on the clock or whatever, you'll all have to mix together. But yeah, we found that is a way of handling it a little bit better, because as other reviewers have pointed out, this it's a very difficult game to start off with. Definitely, our first game, we were nowhere near winning whatsoever. Whereas, now we can kind of win the medium difficulty quite regularly, and probably should be moving on to the harder ones. Although it depends what comes out. If you have to focus on the stars, just completing the orders like we had in this game, it's not necessarily an easier thing to do, but it's a kind of guaranteed thing. As long as you can just kind of throw away the complicated orders and we just need to get these people served. Sorry, we're going to turn away all of these customers that want fancy dishes because we need to get as much macaroni and cheese served as we possibly can. I just love this game. So yeah, coming from the perspective of really like real time anyway, the theme I really like. There are not many games that do this at all. There's a la carte that we played that's making food. I don't really like that game. And Pressure Cooker from Kane Klenko did Fuse, and that's another real-time cooking game. Maybe that'll get covered one day if it comes up in a vote or something. But it does it very differently. But yeah, I wish more games had this kind of theme, but if they were doing, the theme really fits what you're doing. You can imagine, and I can only imagine, the chaos that would be in, a kitchen on a busy night in a restaurant. It really simulates that quite well, where, it's all hopefully coming out well in the end. But in the meantime, behind the scenes, there is just this loud, frantic chaos going on behind the closed doors. A lot of people have pointed out as well that there's a cooperative video game called Overcooked, and while the gameplay, as you might expect, is massively different, it does simulate that feel of where we are working together in this kind of friendly cooperative thing. But there is, for the period that the level is going on, there is just frantic chaos and just constantly, can somebody do this? Can somebody get me this? I can't do this right now. I need to be focused on this. Can somebody help me with this? And in that sense, it really encourages cooperation as well. So yeah, downsides of it, straight away you will have decided if you wanted to get involved with a real-time game, and especially quite a stressful one anyway. The graphic design, I will say, I haven't got the board right now. It's all in here, don't make me get it out. But I will say that while the artwork is nice, I really like that, the actual graphic design of the board, the fonts and things that they've used. Not only is it kind of hard to read, not necessarily that you need to read the names of the dishes, but it's hard to read those. And there is kind of, yeah, a mishmash of, you know, kind of generic fancy fonts that are used on the board and things that I think kind of detract from it a little bit. Not enough to take away from the game. You know, it didn't nearly make my second favourite game and then got pushed down because the fonts they used. But it's just kind of a little thing that stops it from, you know, just it's a little thing that I can desperately think of when I'm thinking of something bad to say about it. But yeah, I think a lot of it's just going to come down to preference, whether these things work with your group or with you in particular. But for me anyway, I absolutely love this. And yeah, I want more. I don't know what more there could be, but surely there are expansions and things. There are promos that you can get for it, I think. Maybe I'll have to track those down. But there'll be more dishes and stuff. I didn't use them in the playthrough, but there's an event deck where random events can come and throw another spanner in the works. And yeah, there are much harder difficulties that you need to try and get past that will come with more and more practice. But just whatever difficulty we're playing it on, just the experience of playing through this is fantastic. And yeah, it's one of those where I'm just really glad that for anything else that happened in the playthrough and, you know, editing it and stuff, I'm just really glad that we got to play it again, because it's been a little while with all of the different games that come out. But yeah, it's just an absolute pleasure to play, and that's Kitchen Rush. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you for the next game. Bye.